On this episode of Pimp My Gun, we're going to be taking a look at the Akimbo 1911s and zombies, where after Pack-a-Punch, we will see the explosive return of the Mustang and Sallies. And to get these things to their maximum potential, we'll be using these augments and these gobble gums. Let's go test it out. We finally have the return of the 1911s and the Pack-a-Punch Mustang and Sallies after what seems like forever. Even though last year with the GS45s, we sort of had the off-brand Mustang and Sallies, and they worked fine, but they don't really hit the same as a 1911 does. And with the return of the Mustang and Sallies, I think these might be one of the most powerful weapons in the game, if not the most powerful, specifically just for killing zombies. I do not know how it will work against any bosses yet, but I will be trying to take on the Dark Heart here on Paradox just to see how these things work. That's why I went with the monolithic suppressors instead of the prestige attachment that raises the fire rate on it, because we do end up losing damage range. And I want to make sure that if we're going to take these against the boss, I want to be able to do as much damage as I can from as far away as I can if we have to train around a bit. But honestly, after Pack-a-Punch and with double tap, it doesn't really seem to have that big of a difference in fire rate with the muzzle or not. But what I have seen a difference in is whether or not the augments for double tap work with this weapon, because a lot of the descriptions for each augment specifically point out that normal bullet weapons are affected, or the only thing that get affected by this. So like something like double time or whatever the one is where we get ammo back for getting multiple kills quickly would not work with like a rocket launcher. And I'm assuming it's the same thing with this, because when I went and tested it out, did not seem like it was working. I don't know, I could just be dumb and not notice it, but I tried out like double standard to see what was going on with like getting non-critical hits on things, to see if the damage would go up with that, because we are going to be hitting a lot of non-crits, and tried getting like successive hits and going for all the other double tap augments, and they didn't really seem to work. But what did work was dead shot and dead again, or dead head. I think it's got to be dead again, the one that lets you get ammo back for hitting a crit, like the potential to get an ammo or a bullet back into your magazine. That one was working. So I am running that on dead shot, and with how powerful these things are after Pack-a-Punch, they actually give us a decent amount of ammo, but we will run through it pretty quickly. So I just wanted a way for us to be able to get that ammo back. So I'm also running the death perception augment, where we have a chance to get a crit on a non-critical shot, just to increase our odds of getting a bullet back in our mag. And I'm also running the augments on melee macchiato, so we can punch some zombies into giving us some ammo. But since we want to get Pack-a-Punch right away, let's do our 115 Easter egg, get that all set up. That should be good. And hopefully we have PhD right away once we switch on over to pre-nuked town. So let's flip on over. Did we do it right? Looks like we did. Let's acid up the mannequin. And something that I have seen, or that I was thinking about when I was first using these, is how this could potentially change the speedrun on this map. Now, I'm not going to act like I know a whole lot about speedrunning, but I have seen that when people do run the speedrun for this, they often run the underbarrel launcher. That way they can have like a tomahawk or whatever as their main lethal for the tree step, and then just use the launcher to blow up the wall. But we can just blow it up with a little Pack-a-Punch here. And if these are good at taking out the boss, then we could have a potential another weapon to maybe use in the speedrun. But now that we do have them papped, how much ammo do we have in each mag? I do have the largest mag on here, so our mag size did not change. We are still at 15 per pistol, and our damage to the body is looking at like 638, and that might just be for a direct impact shot, because from what I've seen is that splash damage does like 550, you know, pre-upgrading, and then direct impacts do 638, but the direct impact damage and the headshot damage are the same, at least pre-dead shot, which is weird, but also kind of cool, because we do like crit damage just for hitting the zombie, but also it seemed to do more damage when I hit a radhound right in the head. Like, for whatever reason, radhounds take more damage. I don't know, there's a whole lot of weird stuff going on with these pistols, but I think they can really carry me to some high rounds, like some Cold War M79 type weapon. And you know what? I will take Voltrade right now. And I guess I'll take the free death perception. I almost forgot all the rest of my free stuff after we grabbed the free pap. Let's get these to blue. So 1276, that's fast damage scaling right there. You saw it was 1276 for the impact and for the crit. So it's staying consistent with that. But what about golfing? Are these any good for golf? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't like that. So it shows up that they're Mustang and Sally when we have them both out, but then we put one away. It says Mustang Akimbo. That's the Mustang's maiden name, apparently. But zombies, go to the decoy. I got to do something important real quick. Can we still golf with these? I don't think so. Unless we get extremely lucky. Let's go ahead and just get this Easter egg rolling. While they're over there yapping, let's go ahead and build our blundergat. Amy, are there any piano teachers that perhaps want to come visit me? Do you teach piano? Looks like you do. Yeah, get over there. Let me go flip on through. And just for a second, can we appreciate how good these sound after Pack-a-Punch? Just listen. They're beautiful. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Another weird quirk with these is that the mimics can sometimes EMP your shots, since technically it's like shooting grenades or whatever. So they will definitely try to EMP your Mustang and Sallies. They can't do it to everything. Like they go on a cooldown after they EMP like once, but just a little something to be aware of. It's usually not that big of a deal because they die pretty quickly, but we'll see if that changes on a bit of a higher round. Oh, this has got to be the easiest head task challenge of my life. Come try me, zombies. Already done. Ooh, sniped them. Another one? Yes, sir. And can we see one from over here? We can. Check this out. Ready? Actually, I don't even think that's a zombie. That is, though. Come on. First try. Now let's see how these Mustang and Sallies do at Jack's. Not very good, apparently. Why, though?
You have to get them when they're in the air.
I did get them while they're in the air, you dumb ghoul fuck. Okay, but what about with Foursquare, though? Are we gonna send this thing to Mars? Oh, shit! Launched it! Okay, let's relax. Let's use a normal bullet weapon for the rest of this. There we go. Tortured zombie, let's go. Come on. Almost there. You gotta be fucking me, dude. That's it? You done pissed me off? I'm summoning a demon. Come here. You ain't scaring me this time. Now, if I was a demon, I would go right here. Right there. Right there. Nope. Watch this, though. Watch this snipe. She's over here by the fence. Nah, she wasn't. That's the only reason why we didn't hit it. But if she's in greenhouse backyard, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Okay, hold on. Obviously, I didn't calculate the wind for that. Now that the wind's calculated... Oh my god, we hit it! But I really just needed this, so we don't have that tortured soul thing happen again. Alright, let's go, buddy. You're not weaseling your way out of this one. There. And let's go ahead and do the mannequin Easter egg, so I don't have to pay money to Pack-a-Punch. Now, theoretically, this should be super easy, but we are a little underpowered right now. But hopefully, the Mustang and the Sallies will make it so that don't matter. Unless it teleports us. Man, stop doing that. I'm in the middle of something. Oh, and I can't teleport back? Regenerate faster. Thank you. We'll just sit here and shoot one pistol at a time while we reload the other one. And smooth sailing. Oh, perfect timing. Give me my shit. Thank you. Quick little flawless. Get this to PAP 3. Get this to legendary. But now that these are fully maxed out, how we doing? Mimic? Yeah, go ahead and disable that one. Still took a fat amount of your health. And zombies, looks like we are doing 8,800 for a splash damage shot, but 10,000 for a direct impact, 10,200. Same thing for a crit. Ooh, crit's actually slightly more with just the base dead shot, where it's 11,228. Overall, not bad. Not the like absolute strongest, like or highest numbers that we'd ever see, but we can just constantly throw these out here, get splash damage, get direct impact damage, and just go nuts. Go crazy, go stupid. Let's move, Tortured Zombie. We are way behind on this step. We're laying there double cheeked up, and let's get a fucking move on, buddy. Put some pep in your step. There we go. Just one more. Let's go, Mimic. Your turn. Keep it moving. Perfect. All right, let's take these against the Dark Heart. I feel like these are going to make every step of the Easter egg or the boss fight here extremely easy. as long as we got ammo to actually use. But we got a decent amount of money. We have all of our ammo methods, so we should be fine. Wait a second. Has anyone ever tried to bring truth to light during the boss fight? Do you even know what it does normally? I'm gonna do it. I ain't seeing any truth around here. But this makes the defense step stupidly easy. Do you mind taking a step back, buddy? Jeez. Just watching over my shoulder the whole time I'm trying to do this. Don't worry, you'll get yours soon. And that should do it for the defending. And why don't you bring down that shield for me real quick. And I'm gonna toss a monkey bomb right when it opens up. There we go. Monkey bomb over there. And what are we doing to you? Only 2,000 damage per hit? Dang. They really do not want you doing a whole lot to these bosses with these. We are just tickling them. And I feel like a lot of these like splash damage or our potential splash damage is going to waste. So I'm seeing a lot of immunes pop up unless we are hitting like dead center of his crit point. Just out of curiosity, how much does it fall off if we go all the way back here? I don't know if it does actually. Okay, so us using the monolithic might not really make that big of a difference besides maybe getting salvage, because it's looking like it's doing the same amount of damage from all the way back there to up close. So 2,245 from all the way back here, and right up on it, same amount. Okay. Oh, we finished the phase. I don't care about your horses, buddy. Why don't you hold them? But honestly, I don't even know if I'd want to run Deadhead in the future. Maybe we'll see once we try to get to a higher round, but as of right now, I'm really not seeing a whole lot of return on investment with getting our bullets back. I feel like it's only really worth it using it on like snipers and shotguns. Because I feel like when we are getting a bullet back, we don't even see it because we've already fired like 10 more. So I might switch my Deadshot augment to point blank damage. All right, phase 2. Let's just frenzy the shit out of them. How quickly can we do this? If we can actually keep hitting those crit points. Not very quick, it's looking like. We can run out of ammo pretty quick, though, the way that we're spamming these. That's why I feel like fire rate don't really matter too much with these 1911s. Because they're just going to be us running out of ammo faster. Is this going to do it for the phase? Oh, no, we actually have quite a bit to go. Hold on a second. Let's shoot a few bullets out of here. Are we getting more ammo back from fighting the Dark Heart than we are just from normal zombies? I feel like we might be. It probably helps that he's one big crit. But that's 2 phases down. Last phase, Dark Heart. And then we'll be done with you. Oof. Oh, shit, I forgot about camos for this. Hold on, that means we don't even have Golden Viper yet. Or whatever the hell it's called in this. Gold Dragon? Gold, whatever animal we're doing gold with. I'm not gonna let that distract me, Darkheart. Don't you worry, buddy. I ain't forget about you. And might as well just use a free fire. Let's see how fun this could be with this. Ooh, that is sick. We can just spam the shit out of this. Ooh, but our health is still hurting a little bit. Not getting a whole lot of health back. That's fine, because the Dark Heart is basically dead. See you later, mister. Bye-bye. Alright, well, now all there's left to do is see how high of a round we can get with these bad boys. If they can actually withstand health cap, or if we'll be running out of ammo too much, or if they just won't do enough damage. But before we do that, maybe we do change out that Deadshot augment. So since Dead Again ain't really helping us out a whole lot, let's do Dead Point. So that means we can switch to 6th Sense over Critical Eye on Death Perception. And that should be good. I really don't think anything's working for us with double tap. So I'm just going to keep double standard just in case. Now, is Point Blank doing more? I'm not seeing a difference in our damage, honestly. Still about like 10,000 for a crit, 17,000 right there because that was the ammo mod. Or 10,000 for body damage, 11,000 for a crit. That's weird. Why do some of the augments work and the others don't? Oh, and there's Golden Dragon. Well, we're gonna have to speed this up. Rampage Inducer, go. Oh, and there's Bloodstone. If only there was some elite kills to get here, but I think we're gonna go over to Astra and kill Oscar for our elite kills. Because when this season first came out, apparently you could go and do the Seed Relic Challenge on Cursed on Astra and actually have a chance to get the 1911 early because you have to use only a packed pistol to complete the challenge. And I tried that, I think, close to 30 times, and I didn't get a single time. So I might have tried it too late. Maybe tried to do it after they patched it. But to get out my pent up frustration, I'm going to take it out on Oscar. Once we see how far we can get here first. We have made it to health cap, and we've made it to a dog round as well. Hold on, Radhounds. Y'all got to skedaddle. Now, just going off of, you know, the eye test, the feel test for the guns so far, it's been a little more stressful than I would like it to be honest, because we can't hit an insane amount of crits. We aren't getting our ammo back as often at this point, though, in the game. Ammo, it matters, but like our points are already crazy high, so we can just buy it whenever we need it. So that's not that big of a deal. But we do run out pretty quickly, and it is a little stressful when we do. Like, we can get overwhelmed pretty quick as well, despite these being explosive. Like, our mimic throwing the shock out there, if we're close enough to it, kind of stuns us for a little bit, can slow down our speed. But that's not like an insane threat. The main thing here is that we don't one-shot these zombies, or even like 2 or 3 or 4-shot them. Maybe 4-shot, actually. Like, our highest damage we can get is obviously a headshot, and that's only a little bit more than our direct impact shots. So for a lot of these zombies, what we're getting is like splash damage hitting them, which is fine. But when we're only hitting for like 8 to 5,000 per hit on these zombies, when their health is like at what, 50 something thousand, it makes it a little difficult. Like, honestly, I think the Master Key shotgun might be a little bit better than this. A little underbarrel for the Shadow SK could be performing a bit better than this. And it's more compatible with the double tap and dead shot augments to get our ammo back. And with that, I was only buying ammo once a round at the end of the round, where with this, we're buying it at least twice a round in the middle of it. But it doesn't mean these aren't fun to use and they're not like good, because they are good. I'm sure they're even better, you know, PAP 4 in ultra rarity, but we can't get them in curse just yet. These will be the starting pistol for curse going forward once Totenreich is put into the game. So at like season 3 reloaded. And since it is health cap and insta-kill obviously puts it up to the amount of damage we're going to do towards what zombies base health is. Holy shit, speak. We're doing 50,000. So that's what their health maxes out at in standard, compared to the 4,000 to 10,000 damage we were doing per shot here. That took way too many hits to take that guy out, and he was probably already injured before we started shooting. And normally what we could do is, you know, go for more crits, have our crits do a bit more damage with the like headshot damage increased barrel for most weapons, but hitting crits with this is not happening a whole lot. Even when we had the augment on for death perception so that we do hit more crits, like our body shots can become crits, we are still sitting at 386 crits out of 6,229 eliminations, and I'm pretty sure a good amount of those crits probably came from me using the Blundergat. But it's nice that the direct impact damage kind of does close to what crit damage is, but it's still not as helpful as you would think. And it does kind of sound like I'm dogging on these guns, but there's probably not very many guns much better than this. It's just we're getting these directly the week after getting the Master Key shotgun, which seems like it can kind of outperform this a bit, on top of already being connected to a gun that's going to do 70,000 damage per headshot. But still, even past health cap, like a good amount past it, we were putting in work. And we used it during the boss fight, but I haven't really tried it during a normal round. Let me try throwing on our free fire and seeing if we can just survive sitting in a corner. Can we do enough damage to fend these guys off, or what? Brain rot coming in clutch right there, sending the zombies on a detour, and I guess so far it's working. Barely taking any damage, so I guess if you got unlimited ammo, it could still work. Oh, but we are taking damage now. What if I just face this way? Let Turtle Shell do the work. Oh, that did work. You know what? Let's go ahead and exfil and go say hello to Oscar. Spawn in that mimic. You can't shock all of these. Oh, but you can grab me from a half-mile away. That's cool. That's sweet. Why don't you get out of here, though? Right about now, please. Please. Thank you. Does that even count as an elite? They do. Nice. Okay. Well, we got something out of that. Let's skedaddle. Nice 7,000 kill game real quick on top of doing the Easter egg. All right, this time around, we're going with the prestige muzzle, and I put on the headshot barrel to see if there'd be any difference in damage. And obviously right now there will be, but after we pack a punch, we'll see if it stays that way. All right, Oscar. Just for making me do that seed relic 18 million times. Actually, these are kind of nice against him, because they are immediately going to take his drone out. But I'm not going to compare damage yet, because I don't have them PAP 3. But so far, I don't think Oscar likes them very much. Honestly, probably the perfect weapon to use against Oscar, because you're not really going to be hitting crits on him anyways. And this thing can't even hit crits. Alright, now that we got these bad boys legendary in pack 3, how much damage are we doing? 10,208. I think that's pretty similar to what we were doing before. What about for a headshot? 11,228. Yeah, changing the barrel and changing the muzzle, I don't think really did anything, which is weird. We can probably shoot a little faster though. What do you think, Oscar? Can we shoot any faster? Oh yeah. You bet your sweet bippy. Already half health. You ain't nothing, dude. I don't even know what you're doing here outside of endgame. Go back to Avalon. And we got one more Oscar kill, and then we got infestation on these. So let's just make it quick, Oscar, alright? Make it nice and easy. He's kind of tanking these, I'm not gonna lie. We are unloading on him. And... oh, almost survived. But I picked up 2 little extra bullets for you, putty. But our camo is done, so my job here is done. I'm getting out. Overall opinion on the Mustang and Sally's, they are very strong and very fun to use, and I would definitely recommend giving them a try. Especially when they come out in cursed as the default pistol. I feel like they're going to be a lot of fun to use there. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate your love and support, and I will see you in the next one. Later.